Welcome to the Business Spotlight podcast. My name is David Beeson. I am your host for today's conversation. And my guest today is Brandon Mars, owner and president of Top Gun Rentals and Lawn Equipment. We are going to be talking about his business journey to business ownership, challenges, best practice, and share a peek of what it's really like to build and operate a business. Brandon, welcome to the show, and thank you for being here today. I would love for you to give us a little bit of background of who you are and tell us a little bit about your business as well.
Hey, yeah, thank you for having me, David. I'm Brandon Mars, owner, president, Top Gun Rentals and Lawn Equipment, and a Top Gun Outdoor Power in Austin, Texas. Got 3 locations, one in the Austin area, one in Buda, Texas, just south of Austin, one in Central Austin, and one in North Austin. So, been in the equipment rental industry for 26 years now, and outdoor power equipment industry for the last going on 15 years now, when I joined forces with Top Gun and bought into the company originally 10 years ago, and slowly bought up all the shares up until 2020 is when I bought, right after COVID, when I got 100% of the shares of the company. So, the background that I was at a small mom and pop for 11 years, starting out in South Austin before coming to Top Gun. So, lots of years in the industry.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Do you want to kind of like share the background of like what Top Gun is, what y'all's equipment is, and what y'all sell?
Yeah, we rent, sell, and service general construction equipment and outdoor power equipment. Basically anything Home Depot rents, we rent, and then some. Definitely more diverse and larger inventory than well, I shouldn't say larger, but just offer more SKUs than they do on the rental side of things. And then
Awesome.
and then we sell Toro, Hustler, Gravely, Walker, Steel, Echo, Honda, outdoor power equipment, and then also Top Hat trailers, and then we sell a large amount of tree gear, arbor supplies, the arborist professionals here in Austin, and then landscape supplies as well. We cater to mainly the landscapers and tree professionals here in Austin, but we also help homeowners and general construction guys, plumbers, concrete guys, electricians, that type of those industries as well. So, pretty
Awesome.
diverse, man. And we service basically anything we rent or sell, we can fix, too. So work on it for customers as well. So I'm trying to stay busy best we can.
It's awesome. Do y'all do generator rentals? I work in the film industry. I'm always looking for somewhere to rent a generator.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yes sir.
All
Yeah.
right. I'll keep y'all in mind because the last time I rented from a generator from Home Depot, it came broken. So
Yeah. We can help you there. Yeah.
Generally speaking, what does your current ownership structure look like? You the sole founder, owner, are there outside investors?
Sole owner right now, my wife and I should say. I better, yeah, give her credit too. So we are the 100% ownership, yeah, of Top Gun Rentals and Lawn Equipment and Top Gun Outdoor Power. Actually, the Top Gun Outdoor Power we purchased 2 years ago. Now they're still doing business as Austin Outdoor Power. Actually, they were a 35-year powerhouse in the outdoor power equipment industry here in town, and we were blessed enough to be able to bring them on board, acquire them a couple of years back. So they don't rent equipment; they strictly sell and service equipment and repair. So for outdoor power equipment, that is. Anyway, they had a couple lines we couldn't get because of our proximity to them. So when they came on the market, we were lucky enough to work out a deal with them to so they can
Nice.
join the family.
That's awesome. Well, tell us a little bit about what your role you currently play in the business. Like, what does your day-to-day look like?
Well, I float between all 3 locations. Honestly, I like to I like to call myself the CHO, the Chief Happiness Officer, and keeping everybody, all my employees, up and rolling and supporting them. Calling on customers, especially our larger clients, supporting them, going and looking for new clients as well, and then keeping an eye on the financials, of course, and the marketing. I do a fair amount of the marketing that we do. So also,
Awesome, awesome. Well, when you look at your role, how many hours do you spend working in your business, like the job itself, and how many on the business, like strategies, planning, all that?
man, that's a great question. In the business, I'm gonna guesstimate probably 20 to 25 a week, and then the another 20 to 25 on the business. I've really made a larger uh, well, I've made it more of a priority to work on the business instead of in the business. I finally have a great crew now that I can trust to pull myself out of operations more so than I used to. It was tough to get to that point from a trust aspect, because being a small business owner, you just want to do it all yourself, but you'll stress yourself out and stress your employees out too doing that. So I found out. So
Yeah.
oh, and it's anyway. And on top of that, I had knee surgery 8 weeks ago, which kind of forced me to stay home and be out, work on the business instead of in the business, if you will, and which was a good thing in hindsight. Um, so blessed to have people under me that I can trust to handle the day-to-day operations. So I would say it's about
Awesome.
50-50 now. And that it hadn't been that way for very long, though. I was in the business for, a long time,
Yeah.
all
Well,
day,
it's
every day.
awesome. It's awesome to hear that y'all have grown to a point where you can kind of do that 50-50. A lot of people that we have on the show are doing like 90% still, in the business and only 10 on like their marketing strategies and things like that. So it's awesome to hear that y'all are kind of at like a 50, that you're like a 50-50 spot. That's really good.
Yeah, yeah. It took a long time to get there. I'm not gonna lie. And so, yeah, blessed to be there.
Why'd you choose to go into business for yourself as opposed to choosing to work for someone else? What was that transition like for you?
You know, I didn't grow up wanting to be a construction equipment rental store guy. Honestly, I wanted to be a football coach. They got a Longhorn fan and a Dallas Cowboys fan, so don't hold that against me for the Cowboys part at least. But yeah,
Micah Parsons, man, it's a crazy
uh,
trade.
still painful. But yeah,
My best friend is a huge Cowboys fan. He texted me saying I've been in bed for 12 hours after the trade happened. So
yeah, 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 still stinging. But there's always hope. So
yeah.
what Jerry tells us anyway. Oh,
Yeah.
but no, uh, I didn't. I guess it was really what I tell people the best part of owning a business is owning your own business, and why I wanted to do it was to have the option for freedom. You know, you feel guilty anytime you take advantage of it, honestly, because there's always something to do. And something you could be working on, something you could be improving on. But it sure is nice to have the option for a little freedom anyway. And so whether I take advantage of it or not, that's the main thing about being owning your own business, honestly. So and then and I'm a people person, so meeting new people, helping grow the business. I love being in the trenches with my guys and gals still, and because you don't ever want to get too far from that, in my opinion, just because that's you got to keep a pulse on things. Uh,
Yeah.
and so anyway, I love bringing new customers in. I love seeing our old faithful customers that have been around forever. They've become an extension of your family, really, when you get to, you build these relationships with people, because that's my number one. If someone asked me what's the secret to life, it'd be relationships, relationships with them, obviously with your family, your relationship with God, your relationship with your friends, but in business with your customers, with your vendors, with your employees. And so anyway, if you keep all those healthy, you'll be in good shape 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you, man. As you look back on your journey so far, what has been the most memorable roadblock or hurdle you were challenged with that you were forced to overcome?
Whew. I would have to say, the financial side is tough, and still can be a struggle. Keeping a tight grip on it, if you will, as much of a grip as you can, because as you grow, it's that. And I was never, I got 6 hours of community college, lost community college in my background here in Austin, education wise. And when I went, I was going to be a college football coach. I was majoring in kinesiology. It wasn't business or anything. So that was a long time ago. Hey, 4.0 though for those 6 hours. So
Hey, there we go.
at ACC. But the it's staying up to date on the finances. I'm trying to stay ahead of the game, cash flow, taxes, everything that comes with that. So many taxes. Good God, no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they're trying to keep a small businessman down. The government sometimes, the state or local, state, and federal level, all of them, got their hand out wanting a piece. So don't get me started on that. So.
Why do your customers and clients choose you?
We what I call it. They latch on to us. Our motto is, we're loyal, we're accountable, we're transparent, we care, and we're honest. And that's and we kind of have a charm about us, if you will. I'd like to say that because our mottos will shoot you straight. We're not really we're not as PC as others may be, especially if you go to Home Depot and get something, or to buy some outdoor power equipment. We like to have a good time, and we're a corporation technically, but we're kind of proud of the fact we don't act like it a lot. So
Yeah.
there's that fine line where you have to, in certain situations, you got to have structure and whatnot, and be respectful to folks. Don't get me wrong, we're not tacky, but at the same time, we like to have a good time. So if you call in on our phone, you just call up to the store, any of the locations, you'll hear a phone message. Usually I try to keep it fun, so it might be a little edgy, but it gets people's attention, and 99% of them laugh and enjoy it. And we'll get the occasional 1% that thinks it's a bit too far. I did get a 1-star review one time because I was just trying to. I forget. That was it said something along the lines of uh, it's hotter outside than a pothead's pipe on payday, and right now, and so the
It's crazy that you got a bad review just for making a joke. That's crazy. Some people are like that though.
yeah, what do you think? I told him on the review, I was like, you should probably go to Home Depot to do your business. We're probably not your place then. So anyway, but
Yeah.
that's really it. I think that's our secret sauce. Um, we we'll shoot you straight, just like our motto says, and to a fault sometimes maybe, but at least we're honest, so you can trust us.
Yeah. 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 This kind of leads me towards like marketing. I'm always curious what successful businesses are doing. What percentage of your monthly sales typically is invested back into your marketing budget?
Oh gosh, not enough. Oh, I don't have actual percentage, but I'm gonna say, man, it's probably, if I was to guesstimate, golly, 5% or less, honestly.
Oh, wow.
Not enough, not enough. But that's something that is something we want to focus more on. But honestly, I want to do it organically, and
Yeah.
try not to spend as much on it if I can. That's take advantage of more so social media and whatnot. So than we have in the past. We're kind of old school. We've been begrudgingly pulled into the 2020s, if you will, for even 2010s. That was social media.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I work in the social media sphere, obviously with doing the podcast, and then also I run my own social media business where I go out and try to help other companies with social media and stuff. So I trust me, I get it. There's a lot of people that are like, I don't care for social media at all. But right now in the current climate, it is one of the best ways to grow organically is through social media for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, I've really done a 180 on it, because it's I mean you don't have to put it. I remember you used to have to put a ton of money into I'll go all the way back to the yellow pages back in the day. Like we would
Mhm.
spend 35 grand a year for a full page ad in the yellow pages alone, and then we still do radio ads. Obviously we stopped doing that. I don't know if the yellow page is even around anymore. If they make phone, but it's probably not. But the radio ads we still, and some digital marketing, we is what we spend the majority of our advertising dollars on, more so digital marketing now than radio ads, but we'll do some radio certain seasonal times of the year.
Gotcha. What approach do you have to tracking your leads? Do y'all have a CRM that y'all prefer?
um well, we at the counter we have it's built into our rental software
Mm,
and point of sale software. um, the guys and gals at the counter, they'll always ask, new clients, like, where did you hear about us? And we've got all the options that we advertise on that they can. That's whatever report you can print out and see where that's coming from. And then of course you got the uh, Google Analytics. We have there's this one outfit, High Impact, we use for our websites that does a good job tracking. They handle some of our digital ads and track the stats for what's working, what's not, what's getting the clicks. So
awesome. Yeah. I'm curious. I know that you said that you guys have a few team members. Just out of curiosity, how big is the team overall?
37 employees currently, including my wife and myself. So between 3 locations.
Wow, that's awesome. Did you whenever you bought into I guess you've been in the company for over 10 years, but whenever you became the owner in 2020, did you inherit all three locations or was it just one location at the time?
It was two at the time, and the one was our original location in South Austin. It was much smaller, and then we wound up relocating it to Buda down there, which is like a suburb of Austin, now just south of
Yeah.
Austin. And it it's a much larger location than we were on originally. Originally we were on, I think it was a 1,500 square foot building on a third of an acre there in South Austin there, and then now we've got a 10,000 square foot building on an acre and a half down there in Buda. Um, so a big upgrade there as far as facilities and elbow room. So thank God. Yeah.
Um what type of training do you have in place for your team members?
Well, what we'll do, we'll put them with we've got some onboarding, like the American Rental Association is a great tool for a lot of most of the rental stores in the United States are part of that. And then each um, state has we have the Texas Rental Association that's under the umbrella of the American Rental Association. And they have a lot of training modules for service techs out in the yard, driver, sales team, whatnot. And we utilize those. And now I'm starting to utilize AI now. And I'm not the techie guy, but but I tell you, even I can see that, if you don't get on board with this, then you're going to be left behind by your competition, because it is amazing what it'll do, and how it'll take something to take you all day to write up. It can do it in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Of course, you can put your spin on. You need to put your spin on it and customize it to your liking, but for each company. But yeah, I've been using that as of late for some new hire roles.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think we'll kind of transition to a couple rapid fire questions if you're ready for that.
Sure.
Awesome. What is the key to success for you?
Relationships. Again, definitely relationships, no doubt.
Awesome. What is your one piece of advice for other business owners?
Uh, don't go cheap on attorneys. The, it'll burn you if you do.
Yeah, that's awesome. What is a book or podcast you're reading or listening to right now?
Um, what is it called? Golly, nine. It's by Brandon Dawson. I don't know if you're familiar with Brandon Dawson, but he does a great job. God, I forget what the heck it's called. Um, Nine, how to become a nine-figure business owner. I think is there something along those lines. I forget. That's the book. That's the book. So um,
Awesome.
yeah, we still got
So
a
this
couple of
is
figures to go. But yeah.
well, this is kind of a fun question, my favorite question to ask of the day. If you had a little bit of magic dust and you could choose one spot in your business to kind of sprinkle it and it would pop up and be everything you want, where would it be and why?
Mm. I think honestly, I would sprinkle it on our service department, because that honestly, the best margins right now are in service and selling parts and repairing equipment for customers. And it feels like there's not someone in our market anyway that has really like taken that over, does an outstanding job at it. You know what I mean? We're working on getting there. We're a lot better than what we were,
Yeah.
for sure, but we've still got, another level we can hit, and that's the goal. Um, so that I would say service, yeah, on the customer service side.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. If you wanted to take a second, you can maybe let everyone know y'all's social media platforms where they can reach out to you or anything like that.
We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, our website www.topgun.net, the two ends and gun and .net. And then we're on Twitter, but I'm just not a Twitter guy. That's the one thing I do more honestly, and LinkedIn. We're on LinkedIn as well. So, um, the feels like I'm forgetting something there, but no, it's not. Yeah, coming soon. YouTube channel coming soon. We're gonna start putting out some content, some videos, and how tos on equipment and whatnot, and then put our fun spin on it, if you will, also. So the
All right.
looking
Yeah.
forward to that. Looking forward to that. Having a good
All right.
time with
Well,
it. See
yeah,
how many
that's super
we can piss
cool.
off doing that. Yeah.
Well, we've come to the final question of the day, and that is, what is most inspiring to you right now?
Mm, most inspiring, I would say, the potential in not just our business, but and we're blessed to live in Austin, Texas, in the great state of Texas, in the United States of America. And, I know a lot of people are down and out right now and got to, down on, there's a big divide in the country and whatnot. But um, the potential is there. Like, most people get along just fine with each other. It's not nearly as bad out there as, certain people make it out to be, the mass media and whatnot. So I think what inspires me is the potential there for the generation coming up, and us to get this thing back rolling right again, and get it getting back to what I felt like it used to be, and what it could be. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing. This was a great conversation. I really enjoyed hearing your story. I just want to encourage all of you watching to save this show and come back and watch it again because Brandon really did have some great insight for business. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you get notifications every time a new conversation drops, just like this one. Thank you to everyone who joined us today, and a special thank you to you, Brandon, for being with us today. We really appreciate it.
thank you so much, David. I appreciate you.
All right. I will see all y'all in the next episode.
Y'all take care.